Okay, welcome back, guys. So you know what we're about on this channel. So we mainly focus on UI design in WPF and .NET MAUI. So today we're doing UI design process in Windows Presentation Foundation based on what you have in a UI design tool. So this is what we're working on the previous episode. So this is part 4. So part 4, we're going to dive into the technical aspect. We'll look at the code behind of the hub that we have here. So what we want to do is when we press the staff button, we want the section for staff to load, the section for products to load, the section for clients to load, the section for services, appointments, and billings to load. So those what we're going to do, we're going to create user controls. Then the user controls, this content you see here will be placed in there and thing like that. So let's just scroll all the way to the end here. So this is the services section, this is appointments, and this is billing. So this is what everything looks like there in the UI design tool. So we are here. So let's get started with setting up the technical aspect of everything. Okay. Right. So what do we have in our reference document here? So code behind, we have private user control underscore current view, public user control underscore current view, on property name changed, name of current view, public event property name changed handler, property changed. Then add this after initialize method. So all these things will help for the current view to be utilized by the user controls when they're being loaded there. So that's that here in the front. So let's go to the code behind here. So view code here. So let's get that content here, that data in the reference tool there. So we'll start with this one here. Okay, so copy. Then we'll place those things here. Okay. Okay, if there's anything which will be needed, I'm sure things will propagate automatically. So going back again, then this is what we need here. Control C. Okay. These are in the wrong place, sorry. So let's put them inside here. Okay, so inside the partial class here on top. So Control V. So everything should propagate. Current view. So what are the missing usings? Let's see. Okay, so maybe we can borrow some using statements from another project. So I'll just come here. Then also existing project. Okay, so we're here. So let's load this project. Okay, so here, what are we looking for? Okay, in here. Okay, so I've loaded that. So Windows data controls, documents input, media imaging, documents text. I think it's just these that are needed. Let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we forgot one more thing here. This one. Okay, so Control C. So let's put that one there. Control V. And okay, so everything has propagated. Then we can close this here. Then we can unload that project. So it's practically the previous project we're working on in the previous tutorial. I'm sure you have the starter kit for that one. So I'll just come here and download it. Okay. Then we can remove that. Then, okay, we'll be just fine. So everything we need for this layer has been put there. So now what we're going to do is create user controls based on what we have here. So let's just minimize this. No. And we'll put this into perspective. Okay, so let's create user controls for staff, products, clients, services, appointments, and billings. So come to Solution Explorer. So Solution Explorer, what we're going to do is this. We have the hub and the main window in the root folder. So the main window is the login menu. Then the hub is where everything will take place in the application. You log in. When you log in, the login procedure will lead you to the hub for the application there. So here what we'll do, we'll just right click, then we'll come here and add a new folder. So this new folder, let's name it UC underscore controls. UC controls. So let's add some controls there. Okay, so the first one we'll add is staff. So new item. So we'll come and select the WPF tab here. Then here we'll select user control. Then user control to reference it, to make it easy to reference the user control, we'll name it like this: UC underscore. Then we'll say staff, STAFF. All right. Then add. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's our user control for staff. So we can close that one. Solution Explorer. Okay. Then let's add a user control for products. New item. UC underscore. No underscore. All right. So I hope you guys are following along. So let's learn something. Okay, so there's our products user control. So you can close that one. So this is practically practically the same procedure I use for making my WPF applications and so forth and so on. So let's add another user control. It's definitely a new item. So user control there. So this one, we're going to call it, whatchamacallit, clients. Okay. UC underscore clients, then add. Then we'll come again. Okay, that's kind of like in the way. I just want to close this first. Okay, services. Our next user control. So say UC underscore. Then add new item. UC underscore. Okay, so what's the next one? Appointments and billing. UC. Okay. Underscore. Okay, billing. All right, so add. Okay, then the bottommost button, this is just a logout procedure. that runs in the opposite direction of the login procedure and things like that. So let's save that. Then, so we have our user controls there. So that's okay. Then let's go back to our code behind. Okay, so here we are. Main window. Oh, sorry, Barbershop app. So there's a button that's missing from here. So let's address that button first. Let's minimize that, maximize that. So let's address that button first. So that button will be in relation to, let's see, where are you? Okay. That button will be in relation to, before we come to the stuff section, will be in relation to the dashboard there. So let's add the dashboard button. Oh yeah. So dashboard button. So here's how we're going to do this. So this button here, I'm going to duplicate it. So I've duplicated it. So just say Control S. So there are two buttons in grid row 1. So now what we're going to do is add another row. So duplicate that. Then what we're going to do is move the staff button to grid row 2. Okay. Then the next button, we'll move it to grid row 3. Okay. Then the next button in grid row 3, we'll move it to grid row 4. Okay. So forth and so on. So next, move it to grid row 5. So forth and so on. Next, we'll do the same continuously, just at least for now. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. Then here, bring that to 8. Then the one which was already in 8, we'll move it to 9. Then the one which was in 9, we'll move it to 10. Okay, so the propagation has taken place there. So we have two buttons here. So let's do with button 2, the button in grid row 2. So that image is this one here. Let's do with the image. So the image is going to be this one. Just hold on. Customers. No, dashboard. Okay. Okay, so for now, we can select this one for staff. We'll come here. So just for now there. Then the top button, here's what we're going to do. So we'll save everything. Okay, so the top button here. So the top button here will come here. So where there's the members of staff icon, this one. That image there. Then the text next to it, which is this one here. We'll name this one. We'll name this one dashboard. Okay, so Control yes, like that. Then okay, clients is using the same image here. So let's change the staff image to this one. Add staff. Let's use this one for now. Okay, all right, so that makes a bit more sense for now. Then no, wrong place. Wrong place indeed. Okay, so save. So let's minimize this button here in grid row 1. So we come to grid row 2. This one we're supposed to change. So customers, then we say ADD. Okay, so that one will hold for now there and thing like that. So that makes a little bit more sense for the controls that are coming. So in the user controls there, we can now safely add one more control. So say new item, then user control, then we'll say UC underscore. All right, okay, so that will be awesome. Then add. Let's wait for that to propagate. Where did it go? Okay, so our dashboard is there. So that's this one here. So come and look at this properly in another video. Okay, so let's get back to the technical side of things. Okay, so this dashboard here is a button, right? So that's button style, minimize. Okay, it's a button. So let's give it a name. Let's X name it a variable. So we'll say X NAME. Okay, we'll X name it a variable. We'll give it an X name variable. So here we'll call this dashboard button. Definitely underscore. Then what is going to happen? Now we'll come to our click event. So click event there. So the click event will take this name and create an event handler in the code behind there. So it has created an event handler in the code behind. So we're going to go to the code behind here. Okay. So there's our click event handler. So here's what we're going to do now. In our reference document, okay, in our text document, so add this after initialize method, which is this one here, property change invoke. Then this is just, okay, so this is just an example of how to load and clear controls from view. So the first control we're going to load now is the dashboard control. So we'll go to we'll reference the name of this control here. Let me just go to the hub. Then I think we can minimize. Okay, the button, okay, all those are minimized. So there's this grid here. So the name of this grid is telemetry controls here. So we'll select that name there, C, then come here. Then according to what's in our text document here, we're going to do this. And just minimize that. Okay, no, it just caused a lot of confusion. So we're going to do this. Then telemetry controls here .children.clear. So here's what we'll start with first. Telemetry controls here dot children children.clear. So what it will do, it is going to clear the current user control which is in view, in readiness to have this next control loaded, which is this one here. Conveniently named, I think from the previous tutorial which was done. Okay, so let's just call the not namespace, but okay, this one is das. So H, so that has propagated there. So this is the name of this variable here. So we'll just keep that in mind there. Then we'll come here, create some space there. So then here's what we're going to do. We'll come to the text document here. Then select this. So what this does is the same telemetry controls here section in the hub section there. We'll reference the children section. Then it will add this user control in view there using this variable here. So this variable will be added in the brackets to denote that it should be added there. Then that is how we'll load the user control there. Then we can come here now. So let's just do some polish work on the user control here. So the background will be Wpf. background will be Wpf there. Then we'll load this into view. So how this is going to be, okay, we'll come and sort out the width and height in the next video, the next lesson. And here, just say label, label. So let's close the label. And we'll say, let's pick a fancy one actually. So can we pick this one here? Okay, so Control C. So Control C. So dashboard there. Then we'll come here. So let's just bring this into perspective one more time. To perspective. Okay, then our content there. So this will be dashboard dashboard. So we're going to do the same for the other user controls in the next lesson there. So we have that one there. So we can save. Then here's what will happen. Like I said, so when we click this button, it will clear the current control which is there. Then call this one, then bring this one into view there. So let's see that in action. But first, let's do this. Main window. Okay, so main window is our button. This one. So this is our button. So we can just minimize the button style and the button template here. So let's name this button X variable name, X name variable, vice versa, whichever way you prefer to pronounce it. Okay, so we'll call this one. Call this one login button. Then we'll call the click event property feature, yeah, property. So click there. So click. Then we'll click on event handler there. Then we take this name and create a method in the code behind. So we go to the code behind there. So this is the code behind here. Then what we're going to do is this. What's the name of the hub? Okay, so it's BAR, Barbershop App Hub. So BSAH, bash, so bash, then equals NEW. So we can do that for now. Okay, then say BASH, so bash, then dot. Supposed to be S dot show. Okay, then we'll close the current login window by doing this. We'll say dot CLOSE. So this will close the current window which is in view, the login view, in order to make way for the hub to be loaded and stuff like that. Then just press save. Then that's our text document here. Okay, so that's everything on the code behind there. So let's run it just to see how things look, or how things are going to look. So coming in, I think about 24 minutes. Okay, so in a production version of the application, there would be, of course, most definitely a login procedure. You'd enter your username. It's not responding. Why? Okay, let's reload that again. Okay. Okay. All right, okay. So that's for it. Okay, let me just find out what's going on. Well, these are working in the last tutorial. Okay, so let me just do this. Just remove that. Okay, so Control S. All right, let's see. Okay, so that is moving. Nope, it's not working. How come? To address that issue where the controls are not showing, are not responding like this, what we're going to do is this. So let's get back here. So the Windows style here, we can put it back, no problem. So the Windows style here, okay, so just say none. So that can stay there. Then here's what we're going to do. So in the reference document, I added this. So here's what you do. Use this grid if login menu controls are not responsive. So I made this. So just copy this, Control C. Then we'll paste this here. Then stack panel will be placed in grid row 0 here. So you get it. And label will be placed in grid row 1. So this is grid row 0. Let me just do this. So that is grid row 0. Okay. Then this is grid row 1. So then just make this comment. Okay. Then do the same here. Comment there. Okay. So grid row 1 there. So these will be placed in grid row 0 and grid row 1. So select these controls. Then you X from here. So outside this background grid. So this grid is for this background image. Then you paste them inside this grid here, this space here, this space here. Okay, so say Control V, and everything there has propagated just fine. Let's minimize this sidebar here, and okay, let's zoom out. So we're zooming out here. Okay, so that's okay there. Then let's run the application now. So it should take us to the next screen. Okay. So we're simulating a login procedure. So to take us to the next screen there, so click that. So that menu has disappeared. Let me just do this first. So we come here. So when we click this button, it will load this menu. Then the login menu will disappear. Then this event here, written close, will close the login menu. Then this event here, written show, will show the thing. Will show the Barbershop Application Hub menu here. So this is the hub here, and I think that you can see it's yeah, all good and stuff like that. Now, don't worry about this here, but everything is all good there. Then okay, don't worry about that. So we'll end this video here. Then in the next, oh, one more thing before we go, let me click this button, and that's the dashboard section has loaded there in the screen there. So this is the end of this video here. So remember to like, remember to subscribe. I'll be back with another video. Let's see. Links will be in the description section for the resource files, and always remember to update your Visual Studio. So you've seen a pop-up here has come for mine here, so I'll postpone this update. I'll do it after the tutorial and stuff like that. So keep your Visual Studio updated to prevent errors from happening. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next video, like right now.